My MIL refuses to be my child's grandmother and said that she doesn't see me as family. Her jaw dropped because my child called her, "My relationship with my mother-in-law, Mrs. Smith, is crap. She's cold to me because I kept my last name, Miller." She says, "I'll treat her like family when she wants to be part of it." She calls me Jake's friend. My husband Jake loves me all the same. He doesn't bother standing up to her because it's a way for her to start a fight. We rarely talk to her. She makes no effort. Neither do we. Jake and I had discussed whose last name our kid would have before the birth. He initiated the conversation. I left the decision up to him. After the birth, the families visited the hospital. Jake asked what our son's last name was going to be. I told him it was still his choice. He smiled and said, "Little baby Miller, I like it." He filled out the paperwork. Maya looked livid. She started asking questions, but my dad started crying. Both of my brothers have died. Dad has never mentioned it, but passing the last name down makes him happy. Neither Jake nor I anticipated this, nor did it for this reason, but it was sweet. After she left, MIL let people know what I had done, and how now she wouldn't feel like a grandmother. A month later, Esil announced her pregnancy. Mill said, "Finally, I'll feel like a grandmother." Again, my husband didn't say anything, nor did I. Our son started talking. During a video call, where my mother-in-law did nothing but gush about my sister-in-law's adorable daughter, Jake tried to get the baby to talk. Son lost interest, so I took Son and Jake and let MIL ramble some more before ending the call. Mill said she wanted to say bye to Son. Jake turned the phone. Mill said, "Say bye to Grandma. Make Son say it. I'm a grandma now." I snapped inside, so I said, "Say bye, Mrs. Smith." My Mill's face dropped. Jake turned the camera away and said bye quickly. He laughed and said I was awesome, but we'd better silence our phones. The only call text I responded to was from the other SIL, who said I didn't need to go out of my way to be nasty. That MIL said how excited she was about Son. Lie. Her initial comments were understandable because I talked Jake out of tradition and said I'd hurt MIL. MIL needed time to adjust. I said, "Thank you for your input." MIL texted eventually, saying I'd upset her. I said, "Here I was, trying to respect the importance you feel for last names. You've said multiple times that I'm not family because of my last name. You clarified that my child doesn't make you feel like a grandma. Now you'll be known as Mrs. Smith." She said sorry, she didn't mean it that way, but my dad's reaction was an example of how important last names are. I now had to forgive her because of family. My husband also got a text from his sister and asked how much money she got from MIL for telling me off. He also made sure to tell SEL, who had the baby, that we hold nothing against her should MIL try to spin it that way. She knows MIL better, thankfully. Update. I let my husband decide how to handle it because it's his mom. We both agreed that our son would know MIL as his grandma, but he wouldn't have a relationship with her unless she addressed the blatant favoritism. That conversation did not go well. She denied having favorites, lied about everything, and then told me the compromise she was willing to make was that if she had to accept me for who I am, I'd have to accept her for who she is. I didn't respond before Jake ripped into her about how she didn't get to make demands. She was critical of me and assumed things he told her weren't true. This conversation was happening because we didn't accept who she was. He said if he ever heard her make another comment about the Miller's last name, he'd take it. She started crying about losing her family, and he hung up. One Sil, who was Mill's favorite child, sent me a nasty message, including the line, "I wonder if your dead brother would be happy you used him to break MIL's heart." I sent the screenshot to MIL and said, "Call off your dog or I'll take her to the pound." I have sent a screenshot of that to anyone who has tried to question me. If they tried to defend MIL or SIL, I blocked them. Word got around quickly about this, and now CL is all but cut out of Fiel's side of the family. Even Fiel has come down on her hard. SIL is desperately trying to apologize and fix this. She even allowed Jake to read everything MIL sent her about my last name. I tried to read some of it but stopped. I don't want to be angry. I'm taking the time to decide how to handle this. I am happy to be done with MIL. She never really bothered me. It does take a lot to get to me, but I don't want her behavior and attitude to be normalized with my son. I wasn't prepared for motherhood to have such a strong effect. Jake admitted that he had given Son my last name for my dad. Years ago, my dad asked if Jake would propose to me. Jake said if my dad wanted to know, he would give him a heads up, but he wouldn't ask for his blessing or permission. In many more words, Dad said he never expected that. He didn't worry about gender roles though, and he was glad he would have a son again. Jake didn't feel obligated. He just wanted to do that for my dad.